The idea that a lawyer should not defend someone because they think they're guilty, even if they have a valid legal defense, goes against the entire spirit of the Constitution and the entire spirit of the American system. A lawyer will defend someone he knows is guilty because it's actually a linguistic mistake. And the whole question doesn't even really make sense until you understand what a lawyer's job is and how the court system works. Factual guilt, meaning did the person commit the crime, is very different from legal guilt. And that's where the whole concept of innocent until proven guilty and guilty beyond a reasonable doubt come into play. Because even if someone is factually guilty, if the state can't prove everything that they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, they are not legally guilty. And it's the defense lawyer's job to make the state prove every element of the crime beyond a reasonable doubt, whether the person did it or not. And obviously, I think people have a problem with that in a lot of cases because it seems unfair, it seems unjust, it doesn't seem right. But there's a system that's built that way, and it's built that way for a good reason. Because when the system was designed, the idea was it's better to let 99 guilty men go free than put one innocent person behind bars. And so the system is set up so that the deck is kind of stacked against the state. Now, in practice, it doesn't really work out that way anyway, because almost everyone that goes to trial for a crime is ultimately convicted. And many of those people, as we've learned, are wrongfully convicted. So, as a practical matter, I do think the system doesn't always live up to its ideal. But the idea that a lawyer shouldn't defend someone that they think is guilty, it goes against the whole fabric of the American justice system. It just doesn't even make sense as a question because that's not their job. The entire system of American government, the reason we have the three branches is that there has to be checks and balances. And the idea that we would have a system where the state, with all of its resources and all of its muscle, can come after someone and they would have no presumption of innocence, and that the state wouldn't have to prove anything beyond a reasonable doubt, and that the person couldn't get a lawyer unless the lawyer believed they were 100% innocent, would basically create a state where any time someone wants to put you in jail, they'd be able to. And, I think the founding fathers understood that from their experiences in other countries. So when they came up with the American system, they made it hard to convict people of a crime and put them in jail, at least in theory.